Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am brought to you a very interesting case study of a company called Fine Organics. So in which type of companies do you make a lot of money when you invest? Do you make money in a company which is already grown and a very big company like Reliance or SBI, or in very small companies which are not fundamentally strong? It is not in both the cases. You make real money in mid-size or small companies which are very fundamentally strong and which are available at attractive valuations and which have huge growth potential. So I continuously look for such companies, and one of those companies which I have found is Fine Organics. And in this video I am going to do an in detailed analysis of the company's fundamentals, background, the business model, and everything possible which I found about this company. So let's get started. This company is a specialty company which is making oleochemical based additives. Now, what is oleochemical? These are chemicals which are derived from plants and animal fats. These chemicals are used in different products like plastics, paints, inks, food, cosmetics, textiles, either to improve the quality of that product or to improve the shelf life, or it is used like a preservative in these products. So this is the product which this company is manufacturing, which is oleochemical based additives. So now you know that this company is a very specialized type of company which makes specific chemicals. Now let us talk about the business model of this company. As you know, this company is a manufacturer of oleochemicals and it is into B2B business. It doesn't sell these chemicals to the customers directly because the end customers have no use. It sells these chemicals to other industries which use them in the products which they manufacture. This company has presence in supplies to over 70 plus countries, and it has more than 670 direct customers which are other industries, and end customers are more than 5,000 which use these companies products in manufacturing the products which they do. This company has a capacity of 69,300 tons per annum, which is a huge capacity, and these specialized products are made, over 400 products are made by this company. And if you see the revenue, 55% of the revenue is from exports out of India and 45% revenue is from sales in India. So this is the business model. In this chart, you can see the presence of this company. This company is located in Mumbai and nearby areas like Dombivli, Ambernath, Badlapur, and Patal Ganga. So these are the places where this company has its facilities. It also has a facility in Germany, which is pointed out on the screen. Let us study about the history of this company. This company was started in 1970 in Mumbai. This is a brainchild of Mr. Ramesh Shah, who was a chemical trader, and Mr. Prakash Kamath, who holds a degree in from the Institute of Chemical Technology. So if you see, both the promoters have specialized knowledge in this particular field. That is why they got into the manufacturing of these chemicals. This company was one of the first companies in India who started oleochemicals manufacturing, and Mr. Prakash Kamath is right now the chairman of the company. In June 2018, this company came out with an IPO, and the promoters sold 25% of their stake in this company, and the price band was around 780 to 83 rupees. Let us discuss about the market and the industry in which this company is operating. Oleochemical global market is expected to grow at a CAGR of 5.8% up to 2025. So this shows that this particular industry in which this company is operating has a growth potential for the next 5 years and a good growth potential of over 5%. India's share in global trade of this particular chemical is also consistently growing. So if India's share keeps growing, this company's share also will keep growing. The plastic usage, if you see, per capita plastic usage globally is 30 kgs and in India it is only 11 kg. That means there is a huge potential in the plastic usage growth in India still, and that shows that this company also has scope of growth. Industry will grow as people are consuming more preserved foods. This company makes chemicals which help in preservation of foods. These are natural chemicals. So as the more and more people consume preserved foods, the sales of this company also will tend to rise. And this company makes naturally derived chemicals. These are not artificial chemicals. That is why people also are getting health conscious and this company's sales are bound to rise. These are the few competitors of this companies in India: UPL, Bayer Crop Science, PI Industries, BASF and Rallis India. There are several other competitors. I have pointed out only a few competitors of this company in India. Now, what is the competitive advantage which this company has? What is competitive advantage? Why is this company, what is that advantage where this company is better than its competitors? This company has in-house research and development and develops its own technology for manufacturing. This company is one of the pioneers in India in this particular field. The plants of this company are fully automated plants and it has only 658 employees. And if you observe, more than 10% of its employees have served for more than 25 years. This shows that this company is giving a lot of importance to its team and human capital. This company continuously goes on diversifying its products to different fields to reduce the risk, and it also keeps on growing to different locations in the world to expand its business. And the company has fast growing capacity of the plant of manufacture what this company is doing, which I will discuss in detail in the coming slides. Now, what are the growth prospects? We know the background of the company, we know the history of the company, the business model, what it does. Now, before investing in any company, you should know whether that company has growth potential and whether that company has growth plans or not. So, let us discuss what growth plans this company has. In 2018-19, 30 new special products were added in this company. This shows that this company has potential and is developing continuously new products in its portfolio. All its plants are operating at their full capacity and the company is looking for adding more and more plants. The Ambernath plant of 5,000 tons per annum facility was added recently. 32,000 tons per annum facility was completed in June 2019 and 10,000 tons per annum is planned more by second quarter of financial year 21. So if you see, the company is going on increasing its capacity of production, which shows that the company is growing very fast. Internationally also, the company has entered into a joint venture with a German company and it is starting a plant of 10,000 tons per annum, and this plant is expected to commence operations in financial year 22. So not just in India, abroad also this company is rapidly growing. The chemicals which this company makes are used in plastic packing materials also. So the packaging material industry is going on growing. Along with that, the company's consumption of these chemicals will grow. The processed food industry, if you see, there are so many new processed foods and so many new brands coming in the market, and all those brands will use these kind of oleochemicals to preserve the foods which they manufacture. So this particular company has a good growth prospect, and it also clearly shows that the company is growing its production capacity. Now let us start the fundamental analysis. Till now we were discussing about the background of the company and all the other aspects. Now that we have understood the company and its business, let us do some fundamental analysis of the company's performance. The first thing we'll discuss is revenue. This company's revenue has grown by 22% in financial year 2019. The year-on-year revenue when compared to 2018 financial year, this financial year's 2019 revenue has grown by 22% to 1044 crores. And if you see the compounded annual growth rate, it is averaging around 14%, which is a very good number. You can see in the graph also the growth of the net revenue is continuously uptrend, and the last year 2019 it clocked a revenue of around 1043 crores. And if you see the revenue distribution, 55% revenue is coming from exports and domestic is about 45%. If you see the recent results, the quarter 3 results, the year on year when compared to last year December quarter compared to 2019 December, the revenue is again up by 1.3%. So if you see the recent numbers and the yearly numbers and the old 5 years numbers, all the numbers relating to the revenue are continuously increasing. Next we'll discuss is the profit after tax. The profit after tax has grown by 27% year on year. For financial year 2019, the profit was 129 crores and the average CAGR of profit after tax is 24%, which is a very good number. The margin, normally in any business the profit of margin is less, but this company has a profit of margin of about 12.4%, which is a very attractive number. If you see the recent profits of Q3 year on year December 2019 when compared to last year, the profit is again up by 2%. So if you see the margins, it has consistent margins and very good margins, and the profit trend is also increasing. The return on capital employed for this company again is consistently maintained, and that is also a very good number of 32.2%, which is reported recently. The next thing which we'll discuss is the debt equity ratio. The debt equity ratio is reduced to just 0.05% and the borrowings are just 113 crores. When compared to equity, the company has almost negligible debts. So this shows that the company has profits and it is using their own profits to grow, and there is no need for this company to borrow any funds in the form of loans. The next thing is the inventory turnover ratio, which is 13x. This means that the company is not holding on to huge inventory. As soon as it is manufacturing the goods, it is easily able to sell the goods and rotate its cash. This company is a dividend paying company, and it has declared recently in 2019 a dividend of 7 rupees, which is 140% of the face value of rupees 5, and the company's promoters have still hold 75% of the shareholding. This shows that the promoters have trust in their own company, believe in their own company, believe in themselves, and they are planning to grow the company rapidly. That is why there is no dilution in the stake of the promoters. The remuneration paid to the promoters is around 11.5 crores, which is reasonable. That means the promoters are not drawing unreasonable amount of revenue from the company. The earning per share is continuously in an uptrend, and in the last year it was around 42 rupees. The equity of the company is consistently maintained. Just because of the IPO it has changed, otherwise it is continuously stable. The reserves and surplus, the accumulated profits, are also increasing every year. The fixed assets of the company and the intangible assets of the company are also increasing every year. The company doesn't have much of free cash flows because it is investing money in the increasing the capacities of production of its business. So if you see the fundamental analysis, almost all the things which we have discussed are positive about this company. Now coming to a little bit about, let us discuss about the valuations. The last traded price of this company's share was around 2080 rupees. 52-week high low is around 1287 to 2550. The market capital of this company is 6468 crores. The PE ratio is 40, which is slightly high. The industry PE is 14.3. Earning per share of trailing 12 months is 52 rupees, which is again in an increasing trend. The price book value is 12.72, which is again quite high. So fundamentally, in terms of financials, the company is having very good performance, but when it comes to valuation, it is a little high when compared to its reasonable valuation. Let us observe the price chart. If you see the price chart in the last 2 years, the price of the company is increasing in the stock exchange at a very stable rate, other than the March downfall which has recently happened. So if you see, we have discussed about the background of the company, the business model, the growth prospects, the fundamentals and everything in this video. So I have given you all the indicators based on which you can decide whether this company is attractive in terms of investment or not. Just to revise the things which we have discussed in short, this company has very strong fundamentals in terms of revenue, profits and all the growth rates. It is operating in a specialized industry. The growth of the company is visible, as you see the capacities are growing and the market also has growth potential, and the promoters are experienced in that field. The company has very good profit margins and the market size in which the company is operating is going on increasing. There are no negative news about the promoters or the company in the recent times, but the only point here is that the valuations of the company are expensive, so you have to buy the share at a dip or when it comes to a reasonable price. So considering these things, you decide whether or not to invest in this company. As per my research, I found this very attractive and I thought that this could become a multi-bagger. That is why I have selected and made a video analysis on this. So do give your opinion about this company in the comments below. Let us discuss and share knowledge. And if you like this video, do hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. If you want me to create videos on some other companies and do an in-depth analysis and case study, mention the names of those companies in the comments. Hit the bell icon. Don't miss any new videos created by me. Thanks for watching and have a great day.